Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the semi-final match one revival round presented by the BattleOn. The winner will directly reach top 8 to the Cygnus Cup season 3, and that's a great opportunity to the teams over here. They have already eliminated from the Cygnus Cup, but they have got a chance to get back the top 8 directly to the top 8. So it's a semi-final match number 1 between the Div Dynasty and the Masterminds. So here it's me, Skylar, casting this amazing match. And my partner here is Cynthia. Hi, Cynthia. Good evening.
Hello everyone, this time in this semi-final match. So obviously it is going to be really thrilling match, and it is between Div Dynasty and the Master Knights. I hope the best team wins, and I'm looking forward a really nice and exciting match over here.
Yeah, Cynthia, like you can see, this is a very good organization. Like I have seen, they have organizing many tournaments over years. So yeah, even I have joined their tournaments, and that's a great opportunity given by all the teams over here. So yeah, I will support it. So let's dive into the draft pick. So what do you think, Cynthia? The first pick was in the hand of the Dick Dynasty. So probably what they're gonna ban, so they have to secure the pick.
Looking at the band, they've done a meta peg ball lane over here. So Harris is really strong in the games. So they really did a nice ban and they did their homework really well over here.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, I guess they have studied the picks of their or I guess they have studied the opponent's draft picking strategy already. So that's why they have preferred banning Harith as a first pick. So yeah, and you can see the Kadita ban as well too. Even you are a mage player, what do you think the banning of the Kadita?
Kadita is quite strong in the mid lane. First, it's really nice there. And banning Kadita means they are looking for some squishy teammates. So they are protecting their mages and marksmen over here. So I wish that Kadita was a real life
Yes,
ban.
yes. Then I still remember picking against Kadita, like hopefully either purify or have a good reflex, or you are just gone within a second. So yeah, I have a nightmare against the Kadita over here. So that's a ban for now. Let's see the Div Dynasty going to ban what they gonna ban over here. Probably, I guess even okay, Akai is banned. Yeah, apart from the nerf, Akai still is in meta, so the ban is in must.
Akai is really tanking and good as a hyper. So Akai band is really good to be honest. And it is really scary to see a good Akai defeating all the setups done by a tank and that would be really troublesome for team to win team fight. Akai is really good in team fights to be honest.
Yes, and this meta is like team fight meta. So probably Akai is a good pick over here. And he counts Atlas too, Atlas and Mino. So yes. And Baxia ban we can see over here. The tanky bans as usual because they are leading the meta now.
Tanky bans and picks are quite good in this meta and the Baxia bans so they are banning tanky hyper. So they are not giving any chance to Team Dip Dynasty to pick tanky junglers so that they don't have to go for tank builders and they are going for the picks they decided already.
They I guess they have did their homework and they have studied all the pros and cons of it. So probably I think they are gonna go with a comfort pick. Maybe because looking at the bans I can see. And Zushin ban. Still Zushin is in nerf so many times, but yet she has been banned like a nightmare for the fighters and the tanks and the front laners. Like she is very dangerous for us.
Joshin got nerf and is still in ban and pick section. So that's really good to see Joshin over here. She's really scary in fight. So nice ban by Team Dip Dynasty.
Yeah, looking at the Harith ban, even the Phobius is still open. Freya is open. Like many, you can see the meta picks are open yet. You can even see the Zadian is open as well. Zadian Atlas is open. God, you can't forget the God. Yeah, they've banned Fred over here. Yes, all the tanky junglers are banned. Apart from his Barats is still open, and Carmilla jungle is still is going on as a good pace. So even if they can try it too. Let's see the pick, the first pick. What do you think, Cynthia?
The first pick from the dynasty is going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to it. If she's going with Lilia, Lilia is really good in this meta. She has abundance of damage, as well as her ult is really good to escape team fights and get in hit. And she can be longer lasting in team fights, and she can even damage tanks so well. She also melts enemies like butter. But they are going with a Zadian pick. Zadian pick is also good in crowd control, team fights, turns. She got everything. The slow effect and poke effect of Zadian is unbelievably good. As a mage there, I really impressed to see Zadian as the first pick over here.
Yeah, I can see that because Zayden is one of your favorite mates, and I am very scary with the Zayden pick because currently in the team fight, one good Zayden ult and follow up will lead to wiped out. And you can see the Guniver and Pakito pick. This Pakito and Guniver is one of the again the good picks combos over here. You can see.
Pakito is in meta right now, still scary and so much scary for marksman and mage. One Pakito combo will wipe damage dealers out from the fight. And the Guniva jungle is all time meta. I feel like Guniva jungle is crazy. For Guniva, just I have to pick Purify personally, and I think they have to pick Purify as well because a good Guniva will definitely lead the team fight.
As I previously mentioned, the Phobius pick, and that's a good pick against Pakito. The Phobius and Alice is a good counter, and including Esme against the Pakito pick. So Phobius is good for the team fight. You can see the picks; they are going for the complete team fight engaged pick, like the dive in picks, and you can see the Eve. What do you think the mage pick over here would be the good?
Actually, the combining with whenever you will be as good as well. But looking at the combo, they are going to like diamonds. Pakito is there, and they are looking at for Kagura. So I think they are going burst or something. Oh, they picked Cloud. Cloud is really not, but still so great damage over here. And if a Cloud is farmed, then late game is nightmare for the team. So a good Cloud can carry the team.
They secured the Claude pick. I guess they're going to ban the carry either as well because, or else the Claude is very squishy as well, but his mobility gives him the advantage, like increasing his passive and in coming into the team fight. That's a great thing. So in the AOE,
Mm-hmm. Correct. About Suyo. Suyo is really nice as jungle, and Suyo ban is that means he have a lot. And see a Suyo in that team.
so I guess maybe the jungler picks the comfort picks.
Looking at the ban data with highest pick rate and ban rate. So God is a nice mage ban over here. And now they are banning Harley. Harley as a jungler is quite annoying. And it can be troublesome for the marksman over there because they have secured cloth. So Harley is banned, so now cloth secure.
Now let's see the ban. The god is banned over here. The Harley and Suya, the jungle. I guess yeah, Valentina is banned. Valentina see because she can copy the ult of the Zadian as well and the Atlas. So this will be a win-to-win condition for the team. So yes, this is a good ban, Valentina over here. Now let's see the picks like probably a tank pick and the mage pick is open. So what do you think, Cynthia? What mage the team gonna go?
Looking at their picks, look, they secured Lennox. Oh my god. So they are really going to kill out their tanks like Phobius and Atlas at once. She's really tank melter with true damage. So amazing pick by Team Mastermind securing Lennox against these monsters. And now looking at the Team Drift Dynasty, they are going with Ling as the jungle. So Ling is really good in this meta, but still he's dependent on blue buff a lot. So what do you think? Ling is going to do magic or something?
I can see the link. The link is a very good pick in the current meta. Probably either the ban or a pick because the link you can easily dive in the back line, especially the Claude. because when the Claude use his second skill, the only escape mobility, this he is a like very good target for the Link. So probably yes, the Link is a very good pick over here. And the Brody has been secured. You know, Brody apart from his flicker, he don't have enough mobility for escaping. So either they have to protect the Brody, like they have to shield the Brody for it. Apart from it, you can see the Lunox and Pakito, which gonna dive in aggressively to the Brody over here. So that's good. That's be a hard game for the Brody as well. Let's see what the Team Dynasty, Div Dynasty has been thinking of it and what they're gonna do over here.
Looking at the Kaja pick, they are really going for pick off. Man, is going to be really troublesome game for the damage dealers from that side. Kaja is going to pick them up if there is a good Kaja and Lennox there, then it is the end for Team Dynasty. What do you think about it, Kaider?
Looking at the teams over here, probably I guess the first team that the D Dynasty has a bit upper hand because they had a backline divert too and well also. So yeah, I think they have a good team composition and also the other team has also a good composition with Gunivar and Pakito. You can see the backline that the Pakito gonna melt and the Lunox gonna melt easily, and also the Claude with the perfect second skill and the Dexter of Dexter with it and Alt is gonna wipe out the team fight. So let's see over here the both the teams as usual they are moving ahead to the jungle.
Looking down at the composition, the dive-in composition from Team Mastermind is truly amazing. And look at Kaza already taking the vision from Team This Dynasty, and the Atlas had to come to help for the Link to secure his buff. Brody even distracted from his lane and come to attack Kaza. They are going for Kaza instead of lane. That's really interesting. I think Brody should clear lane a little bit quicker to take fight, but he went straight to Kaza to secure Link the red buff. And now looking at the map, looking at everything, Kaza is still taking all the visions and annoying the enemies at its finest. Kaza is a pickup, so he have to do his work in only 6 minutes. I'm waiting to see what Kaza gonna pull in the 6 minutes. And now at the team flip this dynasty.
And moving into the lane, you can see the Brody and Claude matchup. So usually the Brody has an upper hand due to his early game poke and damage, and the Claude is very weak against early game. So I guess Claude need to be safe and a bit babysitting needed by it. You can see the HP bar of each.
Atlas is really drained here. Kaja really poked him nicely. And look at this. Kaja is still poking inside their own territory. Ling is now attacking and they secured first blow. Zedian was the first blow and secured Kaja very nicely. Kaja was too deep inside their own territory. And now Pakito is rotating to the mid lane. Okay, now Pakito just going back to his lane. His efforts are wasted over here and it is a nice secure by Team the Dynasty. Now let's see. The turtle is already over here, and they are still on the fight. The mid fight is going on, and Jadian used his ult carefully. Whenever secured a kill here. Oh my god, a nice coordination by Team Masterminds. They really did well, and Kaja is still poking Zadian and this. So I think it is the upper hand for Team Mastermind. They are going to secure easy turtle without any problem here. Look at Phobia still suffering against him. Okay, Link went, but Link failed. Guniva secured a nice turtle here. And Guniva again used her skin skill and jumped. Now let's see what's going on. And Guniva secured the kill of Atlas. A great secure by Guniva here.
Yeah.
Guniva is really playing good. To be honest, Guniva is really nice pick over here. And Link can even fall in her trap. Look how he picked on the mage and Pakito secured the kill of Zadian. So Kaza is really picking off well in our. So I think he's going to create a huge gap for the team mastermind and the dynasty.
Yes, yeah, as I looked over here, the Kaja, it's a very good job done by the Kaja, like picking off and maintaining the gap Their picks usually they pick the heroes to maintain the gap between the first 6 minutes. So they're doing their job. The Kaja and the Guniver over here, and you can see the Div Dynasty can't do much. They can't protect their lanes as usual because the Ling needs snowball at least first item. And you can see the kill over here. They secured the kill again against the Zetian. Zetian is suffering even the Ling is down as well. And that's a very great kill secured by the Guniver. And you can see Ling, as I say, the Ling needs at least Berserker Furies to deal a good amount of damage over here. But since it's early game and that's going to be a very tough game over here for the Div Dynasty. In the bottom lane, also the Claude is farming like aggressively against the Brody. That's a bit different kind of situation because the Brody usually leaves the lane over here, but I guess the Claude is being advantage. You can see the items over here. And again, the Phobius is down by the Paquito over here. What do you think, the Cynthia, looking at the item?
Looking at the item, they really need items right now because the team masterminds already secured their first item completely, whereas the team is still struggling with dynasty in making the first item. And looking at the difference between gold, they have 10.33 gold when they are leading with 14.63 gold. It's a huge 4K gap.
Yes.
So I think they need some types of comeback. They need to secure turtle or something. And Kaza is still doing his work as fine. Looking at
It's a
the
nice
stats,
art by the Atlas over here. And that's a great follow up by the team, but you can see the they lack a damage a bit, and that's a counter set by the you can say that the counter set by the team.
Zetian almost escaped, but there was a nice setup done by Zetian along with Atlas. But the team mastermind is quite well fit to overcome that setup very well. And looking at the difference now, it is really huge gap.
Yeah.
It's now 11k versus 17k goal.
It's a 7k goal lead over here. In only the first 5 minutes of the game, it's a 7k goal lead. It's a huge goal lead. The Link can't secure. He's facing very much trouble securing his blue buff. So yes, Claude is in problem, but he escaped properly. And it's, you can see again, they're forcing the bottom lane here. What do you think, Cynthia? Like what the Div Dynasty had to do to overcome the aggression being given out by the team?
Div Dynasty has a form of team fight. I think they have to win a team fight completely. Oh my god, looking at the kill. Oh, again, the Atlas is down. Atlas shouldn't take business like that for right now. And look how aggressively they are playing in gold. And Guniver alone went and secured kill of Brody. Oh my god, what a hype jungler. She's so confident about killing Brody inside the turret event. Look at her jumps, looking at
You
the
can see over there's a solo kill secured by the Paquito over the link. Like they are you pulling the Div Dynasty over. The masterminds are doing a very good job. They're using the picks they have pick of used it properly. The Kaza pick, the Lunox pick, the Guniver pick. They are like
look
bullying it
at
over here.
triple kill of Lunox. Lunox is on fire right now. She secured triple kill over here. A great initiation by Lunox, and she's currently bullying Brody as well. It's already 6 minutes and they are leading like crazy. And okay, Brody escaped on a lot of rich HP. Nice.
And the Paquito too. And I guess that's a 30 stack secured by the Lunox over here. I guess our first item was Sky Piercer. So already 30 stack has been secured. And you can see the Link killed the Paquito. That's, I guess, 10 HP Paquito escaped, but the Link took the advantage and killed him.
Lunox is really charging her Sky Pistol very well, and that could be really deadly for Team Depth Dynasty. And the Brody is still farming and trying to gather up all his items. He have little. Oh my God! Brody secured a kill of Atlas at low HP by using his ult.
And it flicker as well. That's 2 minutes, 120 seconds burned of flicker. So let's see what they're gonna do. I guess this turtle gonna be contest by the Deep Dynasty because they have a man advantage as well. And Atlas is up with his ult in his hands. Let's see what they're gonna do. Either and that's a jump, but a failed jump, but a nice retry by the Guniver over here. And you can see they're doing the follow up. Lunox dive into the back line, but they can't secure the kill. But yeah, they are going back. But yes, Phobius can't go back because the once the Phobius engage, it's very tough for Phobius to going back. So yes, that's a kill secured by the kill secured by the
Masterminds here. And a really good job by Mastermind. The retry by Guinevere was really awesome. Giving no chance for Link to farm up and making his team move on because Cloud secure the kill of toxicity, and now Claude is as well feed. So Claude is dealing high amount of damage. What do you think, Skylar? What should the team Div Dynasty should do over here?
Probably looking at here, the Ling is focusing on the split foot. That's a good advantage of the Ling. Like he can do the split foots properly. So I guess they need a farm. They have to rely on Atlas and Zatian's ult. Like that to follow up with the Atlas and Zatian. Brody need to be very safe because the divers over here will target the Brody and the Ling and the Zadian as well. So I guess they need to hold up the lanes because they can't contest two turtles unless the 1-2 members are down for the Div Dynasty.
Even look at the farm. The farm for Ling is also been stolen by Team Mastermind. So Ling is getting no buffs from his side only. And look how they are zoned inside their own turrets. Lunox again secured a kill of Atlas. Atlas tried and goes for setup, but Lunox is already dealing high amount of damage to kill the tanks and melt him so quickly. They are forcing the melt lower lane and they are forcing still inside. And what do you think? They are going to secure this or not?
No,
No.
I don't think so. They need to go with the Lord. They are just trying to. That's a nice jump by the Guniver in the follow up, given it, and the 2 kills secured already. And you can see the dying to the back line, but the damage dealer already gone. Only Radiant and Atlas are up over here. And I guess the both the Hypiters are gonna down over here. Both the yes, one Hypiter is down and the other is in very low HP. I guess they're looking for an end over here. The Cannon Mean is still alive and they're targeting
Only
the base.
Zeke, while everyone else did in the team of
Yeah, that's
Dynasty.
gonna
Oh
be an
my
end, and
god.
that's a great match. They haven't secured a Lord as well, the first Lord, and they had ended up with just a one good jump by the Guniver over here.
They really did pick off very well. The pick off was really nice over here. They really took the lead in the early 6 minutes and make his team win. The Kaza really did nice ult and zoning for his team. Lunox was well farmed as well as Claude was doing it perfectly. Guniver's ult was perfect as well as her victory. Pakito solely dominated his lane. And looking at here, Ling really can't farm very well, and Atlas even failed in setups. He did really good setups, but he can't get a follow back, and follow back happened then he died in the team fight very firstly because they are dealing a high amount of damage. It was really nice to see such great match and fully dominated by Team Mastermind.
That's a
I'm
great
really
match. Yeah.
impressed.
The Mastermind did their job by picking up the pickoffs over here. They embedded the picks that they have taken over here. They dive in the back line. They pressured the jungle area of the links. So that's a great match over here. And let's forward to the next match, that is match number 2 and semi-final match number 2. Let's see what they're gonna do over there.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Revival Cup finals of Best of Three, where we will be seeing the Masterminds against Yamazaki, who went through the semifinals just a few minutes ago. Now we will see them hop in the finals in a best of three match against each other. And the winner of this Revival Cup will go back to the Cygnus Cup straight into the round of eight, where they will be competing against other teams for even bigger trophies and bigger rewards. Okay, and so we've seen these two teams. They've previously won the weekend showdowns. I trust that they're gonna be good. We've seen the Masterminds beat Div Dynasty just a few minutes ago, and they were pretty good at it. So let's hope that they show a good amount of gameplay that they did in the last match this time.
And currently, we're in the drafting phase. The drafting phase has started. On the left side or on the blue side, we have the side of the masterminds versus the red side, which is Yamakazi. And both these two teams are currently in the drafting phase. The drafting phase has begun. So, from the blue side, the ban is currently on the Marcel, while from the side of Yamakazi, they've banned out the Claude. This is a meta MM. No one really wants to face Claude or Carry or someone like a Freya in the gold lane. So the Claude gets banned out immediately. No BMIs will be coming into play here. As for the side of the Masterminds, they have made a Mastermind pick indeed, banning out the God. The God gets banned out, so no Mystic Gush will be coming into play here. We all know what a God's ultimate Mystic Gush can do to the sustained heroes, can take down tanky opponents as much as he can, and he'll be getting banned out. Maybe the side of Yamakazi wanna go for a sustained pick, and it looks like the Akai have been banned out by the side of the Masterminds as well. For the side of Yamakazi, they've banned out the Guinevere, and it's the third ban. This is the final ban in the first drafting or first banning phase here. What do you have to say about that, Miles?
I see that their bans are very promising. The Akai ban, especially, even though he's nerfed, he's still such a good pick because because of his heavy spin, he can like legit swipe out the opponent jungle from the battlefield, and then he can just secure the turtle. That is a very good ability of Akai, and we can see the Gord ban here. So we can see that they do not want any Gord gameplay from the backlines because Gord is a very sneaky hero. He is a very strong hero as well, so he can burst down any hero. And his passive, which gives out true damage, it is quite strong, so he can melt tanks in a few seconds because of his passive, even from the early game. And now we are going to see the Esmeralda pick against Paquito, which is a really strong pick because Esmeralda, as we know, Paquito from his first skill, he gets shield. So Esmeralda is gonna absorb all of that shield, and then she's gonna take all of that shield for herself. That is gonna be a good pick. And then we've got the carry pick, which is gonna be which is gonna be directed towards the tanks. Let's see the picks from the blue side, which are the masterminds. Now I'm waiting. We are waiting for the picks, and as we can see, they pick Carrie and Esmeralda. I think these are I think these two are a good combination because, as you know, Carrie is quite a backline hero, but at the same time, she has the potential to play front lines because she has quite good mobility. So she is gonna be a good pick. Now they pick Moskov against Carrie, which is quite a good pick. As we know, a good Moskov can quite outplay a carry. Just you need like good outplay potential and good micro. But we will see later in the match for that. Now I'm waiting
100%.
for you.
100%. And right now, as we see, it's the third pick from the side of Yamakazi here. Like we saw, the ban on the Hirara being banned out. This new hero is really difficult to deal with for some people. While from the side of Twisted, the Masterminds, they've gone for the pick on the Lancelot. Like like Miles stated, and looks like Haaland is going for that pick on the Kufra. So the Kufra will be really annoying to deal with here. But the second banning phase has started for both these sides here, and the first ban will be coming in from the side of Yamakaze here. Who could they ban? They have a lot of options in the roam. They have a lot of options in the mage role as well. They could ban out the Eve. They could ban out someone like the Kalea. They could ban out the Hylos. They could ban out the Glue. They could ban out the Gatot Kacha. They could also in the mid lane. They, like I said, they could ban out the Eve. There's a lot of great picks there as well. Do they want to ban someone like a Zeshian? Do they want to ban Zushin, even though the Zushin's been nerfed to the ground? But looks like they'll be going for the Atlas ban. And from the side of the Masterminds, currently, it's their turn. It's their first ban in the second banning phase. And who could they ban? Like the side of Yamakaze had some options. The side of Masterminds will have options as well. But their options will be in the jungle and the mid lane. And they have gone for that utility jungler ban. The Fredrin gets banned out immediately. And only one utility jungler remains right now, by the way. Is the Baksha. Do they want to ban out the Baksha, or do they want to leave it open? Or because the side of Yamakaze could still go for that Baksha pick against the Lancelot. But would it be deadly enough? Would it be able to sustain or tank the damage coming in from a Paquito? Miles. Paquito is super nerfed right now, has a lot of damage. You've seen plays from people like JM. We've seen people plays from people like Sanford on the Paquito in this season. And they can literally burst down anyone with the blink of an eye. So what do you think? They'll be going for a ban from the side of Masterminds and Yamakaze now.
Absolutely, Paquito is quite a strong pick. Uh, I am expecting the mage ban to be something like a really good team fight hero like Eve or Zetian or anything like. Even though you mentioned that Zuxin is quite nerfed, she's still quite a strong pick, as you know, because her her knockup is quite strong. Her airborne, she just hops on the battlefield and like picks up anyone like nothing happened. And they banned the Bakshi here, which is quite understandable because, as you know, the Yamakaze side pick carry, so they're not gonna be able to burst out the Bakshi as well as they can with the Moskov. So, and I see that the Kufra pick is quite a strong pick against this Mastermind's composition because the Lancelot, the Moskov, and the Paquito are all gonna have dashes. And as we know, Kufra's bouncing ball, just cancel out any dashes and it stuns them. So which is gonna be a really irritating pick for Masterminds. And Paquito, as we can see, uh, as we have seen from other tournaments, we can see that Paquito has the potential to wipe out any marksman from the battlefield in even a few seconds. So now we are going to see the Zetian pick. The Zetian pick is quite a strong pick, as you know, because the ultimate, once you get a good setup, you know, when you get a good setup, the Zetian will just ult and you get a very good stun. And the stun can stun the whole enemy team, which will render the team fight completely on the opponent's side. Now we're going to see a high-low pick, maybe a high-low pick from Mastermind side. Oh, now
It
they're changing to Grok pick.
it looks like the side of Masterminds currently are hovering over their picks. The Kimmy might be going in the mid lane by Escalera here. Or maybe he switches up, but it looks like Canic Teasy is going to be picking Escalera. He has his pick, and the pick will be on the Kimmy. So this mid laner with that much damage from Escalera will be really annoying to deal in the mid lane. As for Hylos, the global pathways will surely be landing on the members of the side of Yamakaze and slowing them down a lot. But in the mid lane, from the side of Yamakaze, they had already picked the Wuzian. And the Rage of the Phoenix will be really good, as Miles stated earlier. A lot of CC plays happening from the mid lane. As for the side of Yamakaze now, is the ban came on the Kaja from their side, and all three utility junglers had been banned from the side of the Mastermind. But in the jungle, who could they go for? Indeed. But who would they pick in the jungle now? Would they want to go for a Leo mode maybe? Would they want to go for a pick that we could expect? Maybe they go for another sort of pick. Maybe something that we never usually don't see. Maybe they go for Havoc. We never know. It could be something to like, major pick. As a user myself, from the amount just like 5.5k. I'm really excited to see this game. I'm really excited to see if they can cook up a story. And I'm excited to decide of Yamakaze bringing this game. Also, what Papaya can do on the Hanzo as well. What do you have to say about these two drafts now, Miles?
As we can see, on Yamakaze's side, we've got a strong protect comp, if I see it properly, and we've got a really good dive comp on the mastermind side. As we can see, the Yamakaze has picked carry, which is gonna be a really strong pick later on, and we're gonna need lots of damage, lots of burst to burst down that carry so that she doesn't do much damage in the team fight. And now, as we see, they reach their stations in the jungle and their lanes, and we're gonna see Paquito helping the Lancelot with his jungle, and uh, we're gonna see Hylos and Kuvra on the red buff side of the enemy red team jungle side, and the Kuvra with his flicker. There is a lot of potential in the different teams. There's a lot of different types of team comps, but I think that these team comps are really uh you know these team fights are gonna be really. Oh, we've already got a first blood on Kuvra. Now we're gonna get a Zetian flickered out. Now we're gonna get a disengage. Now Kimi is still poking the Hanzo, and the Hanzo disengages. Okay. Now that's a really good early game because oh that's a really good early game for Mastermind side. They've already got a 500 gold lead and they already got two flickers already, uh, which is a really bad side for Yamakaze, as we can see. And now they're gonna evoke a team fight in the blue buff side, in the red buff side, and we're gonna see them disengage. And the Hylos goes back in, and we see the Kufra going back into the turret, and we're gonna see them disengage. Okay, they're gonna go for the safe option, which is going to the turtle. Now we see on the other side of the map, we can see the Paquito and the Esmeralda fighting, and the Paquito is quite low already before the team fight at the turtle, so we don't know whose side the turtle is gonna be on. So we're gonna have to see if the Paquito will be able to manage or not. And uh, the Paquito's escape is getting blocked, and now they're gonna get the Paquito flickers out, and now he's dead. We've got the Paquito out of the team fight. Now we're gonna get now the Yamakaze side is gonna be easily able to get the turtle. But we can see a team fight at the EXP side, and we're gonna see the Hanzo attacking the the Lancelot. The Kimi gets attacked by the Esmeralda, and we can see a really good attack from Yamakaze's side. And we're gonna see a recall from the Kimi, and we don't know if they're gonna start the turtle. Uh, we'll have to wait and see the consequences. And the Lancelot is just taking his red buff. Now they're gonna try to contest the turtle, but we don't know if they are gonna be able to take that because Yamakaze's side is very strong. Now the Hanzo is ulting in, and now the Kimi is poking around the Kufra. We see the Hylos attacking into the Zetian, and then we see the Kimi flickering out. The Hylos is oh no, the Hylos is dead. We see the Hylos dead. Now we've got the turtle on the. Did we get the turtle on the mastermind side? I do not know that, but we see that the masterminds, they have lost their they have lost the team fight. Now the scoreboard is at 2-3. Now we see a score deficit of around 600 gold, and there's three people at top. They're waiting to gank Moskov. And we're gonna see if they're gonna be able to gank that Moskov and execute a perfect play, or if they are going to just have a team fight. And oh, And the team fight starts again. Hanzo immediately gets the Kimi, and then the Lancelot goes into the back lines. He attacks the Hanzo, and he gets the Zetian. The Zetian is get taken by the Moskov. Oh, this is a really good play for Mastermind, since they got a 1-for-2 trade, and Kufra is gonna be taken down. There's two flickers taken out in that one fight. And then we see the carry getting taken out by the gank at top. Oh, Lancelot almost died right there, and the Esmeralda, is she gonna continue harassing him? No, and she's gonna get the Kimi, but the Kimi manages to escape in time. And we see the Hanzo right up there. Let us see if he's gonna take the gank. Oh, and he attacks the Paquito, and he takes the first kill on the Paquito, and that did not do much damage. And then we see a team fight starting at the turtle side, and we see the Hylos going into the back lines. We see the Moskov, the Moskov is attacking the creep, but we see the Kufra getting killed in the battlefield. Now that is a bad thing for Yamazaki. Now, as the masterminds get the turtle, we see that they're gonna push the middle turret, which is gonna be quite bad for the Yamazaki side later on. There is quite a lead in the scoreboard at the gold lead now, with the masterminds having around a 2.4k gold lead. This is very bad for the early game, as it could ruin their uh, potential to come back in the game. But as we see, we know that carry is a really good strong pick in the early game, in the late game. My bad. And we're gonna see a team fight evoking. Oh, and the Hanzo just gets picked off. The Kufra was not even able to do anything right there, and then he's gonna get circled around, and we're gonna see the Zetian getting a dive by the Lancelot, but he gets stopped by the Kufra, and the Zetian dies, and the Lancelot also dies. Oh,
Hi. This has been amazing match, I think, from Mastermind side, and they have been completely prioritizing and targeting all the backliners with a very good intent. Lancelot never missing an opportunity to go ahead and target that mage of team Yamazaki. So this has been pretty interesting macro that I'm seeing here. Miles from the side of team Masterminds. They have been always been in a 4-1 formation with Moscow always connecting his spear and always reaching the team fight and making it a 4v5. So pretty good macros as well as movements and team fights and target prioritization here from team Mastermind side. What are your thoughts on that?
yeah, I see that team masterminds are uh, taking the pickoffs a lot, because as we can see from their draft, they have Paquito, they have Lancelot, they have Moskov, which are really good picks to suddenly engage. We can see that the Paquito can just burst anyone in any second, and he has lots of bursts from the early game to the late game. And we see the turtle on the mastermind side, and they're gonna get the Kufra, and they're gonna keep diving in, and the Esmeralda escapes just in time, and we're gonna see them start to keep harassing the enemy team, and they're gonna get the second tier turret. And now the Esmeralda suddenly lunges in into the Kimi, and the Kimi escapes. The Kimi escapes with a flicker, and we saw Lancelot die to the Zetian. He almost got the Zetian, but he died to the Kimi and the Hanzo.
Yeah,
Ooh.
this has been extreme back and forth. Here, even Pagito was taken 1v1 solo by Carry. So not sure how Pagito, with such a big goal lead, is taken down. But that's a really GG gameplay. Carry has been farming throughout the game, so pretty sure Carry has a very good gold. She has been taking down all the turrets on the left and right side, not being bothered about the team fight, because team Yamazaki knows that's their win condition if they have to win. In the late game, Carry has to spring up and she has to show the complete damage and the complete Trinity build, that what kind of damage it can do. Like here, you can see Hylos trying to go and check the bush, but he has been caught. He has been nearly able to escape. In the meantime, Kimi without the flicker has been caught. And a perfect flank from Pagito, catching again two in that and able to kill one down. and a perfect spear again in by Moscow, and he has been again involved in that particular team fight with Kufra being left to be able to do nothing precisely. He is going to be taken down
Oh,
in a
we
matter
see
of
a
seconds. With that, we get into a pause. Uh, yeah, Miles, what are your thoughts in that last particular team fight? It was a very good initiation, I feel, but due to the lack of damage and non-presence of Carry's ultimate, Hylos was not being taken down. So yeah, I think that's where it began, and this is not going good for Yamazaki's side so far.
Absolutely. I agree with your points. We almost saw Kyrie Kumar on the right middle right bush right there, but we saw that the Yamazaki team does not have enough damage to burst down the Hylos, so they get punished in return. And they have four people wiped out from them. We almost see a wiped out, but uh, we're well, who knows? We might be able to see a comeback if Yamazaki gets fed somehow, but that doesn't look too promising as Paquito is gonna get the second top tier turret, and
Absolutely.
now we're gonna see them take the Lord. Let We're gonna see Paquito waiting for the. Oh, he's taking the red buff. He's waiting for the carry, but the carry sees him. Now he's retreating. Oh, and they took the Lord. Oh,
Yeah,
now.
this
Mm,
some glitch in the
oh,
lobby.
okay, you can go.
We're just fixing it. We'll be right back, guys. Please hold on. The game has been resumed and the game is going on. You guys can stick on while we are resuming the stream for you guys. All right. I think this match has now been kind of dominated completely by Team Masterminds. We are reaching towards the end where all the turrets have been taken out. Only the base is left. And Team Mastermind doesn't need the Lord here. I think they're just swinging into the action and they're able to drive it completely while a good fight back here from Team Yamazaki's side. And they've been able to almost eliminate the entire team and at least win this particular fight inside their base. And now they'll be looking back to bounce back, at least take a couple of mid-tier turrets with Hanzo's body going in, flying along with carry alive. And four members taken down, I can expect at least one or two mid-tier turrets falling here, with only Kimi being left to survive. So unless and until Kimi's all the bullets can be blocked, okay. So they would settle for one, and they would perhaps go with a blue buff invade. But yeah, that's a good team fight from Team Yamazaki, and we can expect some kind of fight back here. So yeah, what are your thoughts, Miles, on that last particular fight? This seems
Of course.
interesting.
Of course. As I said, Carry is a really dangerous late game damage dealer. And as we see from that team fight, she was able to dish out all of that damage against the Hylos. And the Hylos got bursted in a few. Oh, and we see the gank on Paquito. Uh, but as I was saying, Hylos got bursted in a few seconds in by the carry because as we know, carry is a tank killer, and the Lancelot tried to attack the carry, but he was not able to execute the carry because the carry is quite mobile. So as a result, as we know, Carrie is quite a good damage dealer, and she has her short CD dashes. So she was able to escape the Lancelot's dashes and damage in a short amount of time. So she was able to kill that Lancelot before he got to him. And we might be able to see a team fight evoking at bot lane right here, but we're gonna see that they're choosing to play safe as there's two people missing on Mastermind side. And we see Hanzo eyeing for Hylos, and then the Hylos is gonna get bursted, and the Hylos escapes just in time to get out of the battlefield. And now we're gonna see a small sneaky play from Paquito. The Paquito is trying to get them, but I guess the Esmeralda sees him, so he's not able to get in. And as we know, the Esmeralda quite counters the Paquito because she steals his shield. And now we see the Paquito going in, and the Esmeralda escapes because the Esmeralda is really sustaining. She's really, strong. She's buff. She's stronger than like Eddie Hall or something. Her shield her shield capabilities are really strong in this match because as we see, the Paquito just gives her free shield, and we see them ganking the Esmeralda, but they're not gonna have enough damage to burst that Esmeralda. And we see Hylos popping the ult. She's going out. He's going out, and we see the Fury of the Phoenix from the Zetian going in, and now the team fight has turned. Yamazaki's it's in favor of Yamazaki's side, and we see the Lord being on Yamazaki's side is going into the top lane. We see the Lord it's gonna push the second tier turret. If that Lord gets into the inhibitor, we might be able to see a comeback chance from Team Yamazaki, which is astonishing because from the early game we see that they were quite struggling with around a 4k gold deficit. But as we see, the Lord is getting into the inhibitor, and we're gonna see the carry going in a bit in front. She's getting poked by the Muskov, and the Lord is not able to take the inhibitor down. So we're gonna see a small disengage from Team Yamazaki's side. The Masterminds are able to defend their base from the Lord.
Yeah, Carrie has sprung into the action and she is now flying. She has been able to take Lancelot 1v1. She has been able to take Paquito 1v1. I think amazing positioning, amazing skills shown here from Carrie. And this was the win condition that Yamazaki had. Once Carrie has farmed, then you can see how Hylos is being melted within a fraction of seconds. So this is really the win condition that Yamazaki had to play. And Carrie has been playing perfectly. She has been farming the early game, dealing the required damage in the late game. And you can see here, they have always been trying to target Hylos and get his ult wasted. Again, this is for the third time that I'm seeing that they've been able to target Hylos, but that was a misplay here coming in. And I think that that's really a not necessary team fight with no particular objective coming into the action, with unnecessary initiation from Kufra's side, along with losing for Esmeralda as well as Kufra getting caught in that 5-man engage. It's a 2-for-0 fight, so I'm pretty sure this lot is something which they will be positioning. Team Mastermind will be in a good position to start engaging, given that the other two will have to come from the base while Oscar is already there with the waves getting cleared and all others have pushed the required waves. So there has to be someone who will have to stay back and clear the waves while the other gets spawned. This lot is pretty much gone for the Mastermind side. It's a pretty good engage from them and a good opportunity figured out. Unless Hanzo is able to steal, which he's pretty much not able to do at this point. Yeah, that's a GG fight. Again, this is a lovely action-packed back and forth fight that we are seeing. Again, I see with the high ground defense that they have in terms of Carry plus Hanzo as well as Zitian. They should be in position to defend even though the base turrets go, unless and until Carry is alive. So Team Mastermind is only going to focus all their energy in taking down Carry. Carry has been positioning beautifully, and that's why we are seeing this game coming into fruit and life again after that beautiful performance from Carry side, which is a 4-1-2. So yeah, let's see how this match goes and how good Carry is able to defend. You can see the Lord is already being taken out even outside their base. Uh, yeah, so Lord has already
Mhm.
been taken down. Again, we can see this Lord is completely wasted. The lanes they were not able to sync, although they would manage to get the base turret up top. Yeah, this is an interesting fight and interesting finals that we are seeing here, guys. I hope you guys are
Yeah,
enjoying. Like, share, and subscribe this. Over to you,
as we
Miles.
see the Esmeralda engaged inside, but she gets punished immediately as her teammates are not able to compensate for her diving in. Now we see the Moskov picking on Zetian, and he successfully gets the Zetian. Now his immortality is popping. He's not gonna be able to escape from that. And we see Team Yamazaki is able to defend that, even though they lost one inhibitor. We see that they're able to defend quite well, even though they face the Mastermind's full squad. And we got a 1-for-2 trade, which is gonna be a bad thing for Yamazaki's side, as we can see that they're not gonna be able to start a team fight, but they're gonna gank the Kimi. Oh, but the Hanzo is not able to reach the Kimi in time, as the Kimi escapes with her first skill. Now we're gonna see some. I think they're gonna play quite passive now. They're just doing some lane management, but I think the Masterminds is starting to play quite aggressive, and we know that the Moskov has Spear of Destruction. So if they decide to engage at any time, the Moskov can just arrive at the team fight and just deal whatever he does. And yeah, as I
Yeah.
said, Team Yamazaki is playing quite passive, but it's already late game, so Carrie is gonna get her absolute best damage. And we see a gank on the Paquito. Is he gonna be able to escape? No, he is able to escape, but he is not able to kill anyone because oh, he landed his combos on the tanky ones. And we're gonna see a fight between the marksman, but the Moskov retreats. And we see, oh, the Lancelot misses the dash on the carry, and the carry gets away. The carry is able to, oh, the carry is gonna target the Hylos, and the Hylos is getting melted from the passive. And oh, we're gonna see a small disengage from Team Mastermind side, and we see Moskov is hiding in that. Oh no, he gets in, and the carry is going to go in, and we see the carry popping her ult. She's gonna be able to deal the damage to all of the Team Masterminds, and we might be able to see a wipeout right here. Oh, and now we only have Paquito defending their base. Oh, this is quite a comeback for Team Yamazaki, as this is, as you said, this is quite a back and forth match, as you know, the team fights going in favor of the other team and then to the other team. And we're gonna see the Hanzo taking the Lord. We're gonna see Carrie and Esmeralda pressuring the mid inhibitor, and Paquito tries to pop uh Carrie, and she gets her immortality pop. The Fury of the Phoenix goes in, but Carrie is not able to survive the Lancelot's damage and the Paquito's damage. And the Esmeralda, is she gonna be able to escape? She's not able to sustain the Paquito's burst, so she's gonna be escaping. And we see that the Lancelot is playing quite aggressive on the Lord side, but he's low, so he's and the oh, and we see a steal from the team masterminds. Oh my god, this, as you said, this is quite literally a back and forth match. This is the prime example of a back and forth match. Literally, we see the Lord going from Team Yamazaki side and Team Mastermind side. And we're gonna see Lancelot charge into Zetian, but he's not gonna have enough damage to pop her. And we're gonna see the Paquito. Oh, he used a knockout strike on the Kuvra, but he's not able to kill the Kuvra because he's the Paquito. And we're gonna see an end from Team Mastermind side on with 1 point. So Team Mastermind side, it's gonna be a 1-0 Team Masterminds to Team Yamazaki, and they're gonna play one more match. Have maybe two more matches. This is a best of 3 match, so it really depends on if Team Yamazaki wins the next match.
Yeah, that was a really long match, man. And yeah, both the teams gave it their all. It was a 21-minute match, and yeah, pretty intense fight back and forth from both the teams. And finally, yeah, that was some mistakes again from Team Yamazaki side. But really well played, GG guys, both the teams. And yeah, this was something which Mastermind had dominated in the early game, threw up in the mid game, caught back again in the late game. So all congratulations to Team Mastermind on their first game victory. Now let's see what will happen in the second game. Will Yamazaki be able to bounce back, or Team Mastermind will be able to seal this deal and get their spot reserved in the top 8 of Cygnus Cup? Yeah, we'll be back, guys, after a short break. Stay tuned and keep enjoying the redeem codes and the giveaways which will go on during the break time as well, guys. So, see you in a while. Right, guys, we are back into the action. Either this will be the last game. Drop your comments, drop your thoughts in the chat box. Right, will this be a last game, or we will be going into a full best of three, guys, for this particular night? So yeah, we all hope for a full best of three and a very competitive and an intense fight again that we were seeing from the last game. That was pretty exciting, energetic, as well as a lot of intense team fights which came in throughout the last match. So we hope for the same intensity going forward. But yeah, do drop in your comments and thoughts. Who will be the winner? Whether it will be a 2-0 clean sweep, or will Yamazaki be able to make a comeback in this game, guys? With that, let's really get start. Let's start getting into the draft of the last particular game, as well as I have Miles, my co-caster, with me. So, Miles, what are your thoughts on this as we jump onto the draft for the last game?
Ooh. From the first match, we can conclude that they are really quite well matched because, as we know, they traded lots of blows and kills and finishes. They almost ended in each other's bases, but we saw that Team Masterminds managed to make the final play, which ended the game on their side. So we're gonna see the second match, and let's hope they're fairly matched as the first one, with as much exciting plays and as much exciting executions of ganks. And on Team Master side, Team Masterminds, they really had quite good pickoffs, and they had a good backline diving composition, and they really executed that well. So, and now now in the drafting phase, we're gonna see the Guinevere ban on the first one, and yeah, we can understand that Guinevere is quite a strong pick because she has quite a low CD cooldown from her passive, as her first skill literally shaves off 1 second of her skills cooldowns. And we're gonna see the Claude ban because Claude is just Claude. He can melt tanks. He can dive in the back lines. And we're gonna see the Marcel and the Phrygian ban. The Marcel and the Phrygian ban. The Phrygian ban is quite understandable, as even though he's nerfed, he's still quite strong because of his Appraiser's Wrath. His Appraiser's Wrath, it can turn the tides of the team fight, as once you're low enough and you have accumulated enough passive points, you can legit one shot any enemy enemy heroes. And the Marcel ban, yeah, Marcel is quite a strong pick. I don't need to say that he's quite on top of the meta right now, as his ultimate is a quite team fight decider, and his vision capabilities are quite annoying, as he's able to escape in a few seconds. Okay, now
Yeah,
let me hear your thoughts.
Kaja ban, Baksha ban, as we can see through. It's really and the most underrated hero that I feel right now. Kaja not getting banned every time is a menace. Kaja can block any front line. So if you are planning to like it's a deadlock that Kaja gives. Nobody able to escape. So pretty sure any assassin or any front line that you bring on with a enough burst, it's going to be a sure shot lock in. With that, a very good ban. I think they have been trying to prioritize the utility junglers. However, there was one which was left out. Akai has been picked up since that was the only utility jungler that I feel was left out, which is providing enough sustainability as well as enough uh, engage and counter engage potential. So it's a very good first pick from the side of Team Yamazaki, as well as we can see Team Mastermind now taking God. Yeah, so pretty standard meta picks, as well as pretty standard meta drafts that have been done from both the sides. So yeah, let's see what would be the next pick that Team Mastermind brings on. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some kind of counter seat crowd control hero which can have a lock in. So they do lock in on that particular Alice here, which does provide a very good amount of sustainability as well as mobility in terms of how uh, Alice can engage as well as go in and go out of fights as well, and provides a good amount of crowd control and AoE damage as well. So pretty good AoE damage altogether right now that we can see from Team Mastermind already in the first two picks. But we need to keep in mind that both are magic dependent, magic heavy sides. And so going away from Masterminds, now we have the draft's third pick, which is coming in from Team Yamazaki in the lines of Walir as well as Yuzong. So yeah, pretty interesting draft here that we can see from both the sides, because in terms of range and mobility department, somehow I feel that Walir is good if there is already a jungler or a utility jungler who can be pushed away and kind of crowd control. But for assassins, really Valir is not that much of useful hero because it doesn't provide enough amount of enough amount of stun or enough amount of crowd control that Valir can really take on the assassins. So we can really see now it's a pretty good pick in terms of Yishunshin, which kind of should have come in immediately given the fact that there is a Valir there. So the anti CC of Yishunshin really can make Valir a one-shot target of ISS in the late game. And that's going to be really a troublesome positioning thing that Valir would have to do because it's a targeted hero. And that does somehow save from Yuzong's Petrify as well. So overall, I still feel that somehow Team Mastermind's draft is doing better at this point. With that, yeah, another CC Itlas has gone down. But what are your thoughts here, Miles, on the first phase of draft as well as second phase starting now?
I think the Akai pick is gonna be really strong, especially against Alice maybe, because right after Alice ults, Akai can just jump in. He can heavy spin her around. He can just pin her to the wall, and they're just gonna punch the heck out of her. And the Gord pick is gonna be quite strong, but we see that they picked Yuzong, so the Yuzong is gonna be able to dive into the Gord, but we don't know if the Gord is gonna be able to escape that, the as we know, Gord players, if you are going to play Gord, you have to be really good at positioning. So we trust that Gord is gonna have quite some good positioning in this game. And the Yi Senshin pick, yeah, of course, it's gonna be a Yi Senshin pick because of his CC immunity. His CC immunity against utility jungles as well as abilities in the early game and the late game. He has his passive gives him crit damage, so it's it quite gives him a lot of benefits in the early game to the late game. And we see the Grog ban. The Grog ban, another CC tank ban.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
only Grog, we see a carry respect ban there as well. I feel
Oh
it's
yeah,
more respect
carry.
than the need. The way Carry played last game was really commendable from my side. What
Absolutely.
do you think, Miles? Yeah, I think
A-
Carry carried solo on her hands the last particular game for Team Yamazaki.
Absolutely. Carry absolutely bursted everyone in the enemy team in Team Yamazaki. So I guess they respect ban that. Oh wait, no, Team
Yeah,
Yamazaki did pick team carry. My bad, but yeah, Team Yamazaki's carry, Mai's carry, yeah, really did burst everyone down in Team Mastermind. So they're really scared of that pick, and they're gonna be picking up the Harith here, which is gonna be quite a strong pick as Harith. Harith, he just dashes into the battlefield. He just, does his thing. He bursts everyone. He has too much damage, so but I don't know how he's gonna perform against a Valir, as the Valir is gonna just stun him in the there's a lot of heavy CC on Team Yamazaki side. So we'll have to see that in the match. And they're gonna be picking up a Brody and a Leomord if we see. Oh, a Bruno instead. Oh, that's a fascinating pick, as Bruno, we don't really see him that much in pro play or something. But personally, I still think that Bruno is quite a strong pick. So, what are your thoughts on this?
yeah, Miles, Brody would have been a disaster here with a Harith with Purify with the range that Brody has to come in once, right? As soon as he comes near to Harith, he is either going to burn flicker or gonna die because Harith has a purify already, so she is going to purify all the shards that Brody throws on her for unlocking the ultimate, and that's going to be a disaster. So Bruno is still a much better pick, although the best pick here would have been someone like a Claude with a BGMI, which certainly has been banned already by Team Yamazaki. So I think Harith has the lane dominance there, at least in the early game, even in the late game, because two balls of Bruno and two skills of Harith both are going to take each other down. So, yeah, with that, I feel the last pick, I think Katut Kacha being picked up from Team Masterminds. Now, my take on this would be that there's a lot of targeted damage that is there from Team Yamazaki in terms of Valir, Yuzong, as well as Leomod and Bruno. Whereas there's a lot of AOE that God and Alice bring in along with Harith, who can simply bounce unlimited times during the ultimate is unlocked. So this is a stronger team fight composition, I feel, from Team Yamazaki, as long as they are able to properly execute it. The only real source of AoE crowd control is Akai, which is a good source of engage and disengage. So as long as he's able to pin down someone successfully, maybe God would be the best target that Akai has. But it would be tough to reach for sure because there's a lot of front line as well in terms of uh, Alice and Gatokacha, which is certainly going to provide enough stun and slowness as well as engage from the team mastermind. What are your takes on the draft now? Getting into the game, we are already started, where Leomord has started on the red buff side, as well as UISS has also started on the red buff side. So they're both starting with their creeps near the river. With that, they'll slowly turn on to the draft to the red buffs, respective red buffs. What are your thoughts, Miles, on both the teams' drafts here?
No, yeah. The Akai, I did not expect the Akai to be roaming. I thought he would be jungling, but instead, Team Yamazaki has decided that they would go Akai roam instead. As we know, Akai's basic attack damage, I mean his passive damage, has gotten nerfed, so he's gonna have much less damage output in the early game, compared to his pre-nerf, which is gonna be quite a big hinder for a team. Oh, and they got the first blood on Gatot Kaka. Gatot Kaka, my bad. Gatot Kacha already. And Gatot Kacha already popped his Revitalize along with Akai. Oh, and they're gonna get another kill on Akai, and maybe they're gonna get the Valir, but the Valir flickers out. So that is some good early gameplay. And we see that Bruno is losing his fight against the Harith, which is quite understandable because, as we know, Bruno is quite weaker. Is quite weak as compared to a Harith because, Harith just has that range and that he has that second skill shield. So it just gives him a lot of advantages in 1v1s as well as in team fights because his ult just gives him unlimited dash CDs, so he's gonna get unlimited shield basically. And now we're gonna see a turtle fight. They're gonna be zoning out the gourd. The Yuzong zones out the gourd, and the Yi Sanshin tries to steal the turtle, but he misses it, and the Akai pins down the Gacha. I keep trying to say Gatot Kaka. Oh my god, man! And they get the Leomord and the Akai, and the Gatot and the Yi Sanshin goes down. Two people for two people, but we see that Team Yamazaki took the turtle, so it's on their side. So now they have around an 800 gold lead. It's a good early game for Team Yamazaki side, but I think that Team Masterminds has a lot of late game potential, as we know. As we can see, they have Yi Shin, they have Gord, they have Harith. All of these are basically scaling heroes, so they are going to be really dangerous in the late game. So we're gonna have to hope that Team Yamazaki does not get into the late game and they end it at somehow into the mid to late transition stage. Let me hear your thoughts on this series.
Yeah, this has been again a pretty balanced fight from both the sides, and the goal diff is also almost nearly. Both the teams are playing really safe. They both know this is pretty much the last chance for them to survive in the Cygnus Cup and reach the top eight. So both the teams are playing pretty safe here, not engaging unnecessarily at this point. Although Harith has been dominating the lane, as Bruno doesn't have much early game damage, and the skills of Bruno have already been utilized, and that's again a beautiful four-man dive. And there's nothing much Bruno could have done on top of that. They have taken almost the entire gold turret shield as well with that particular kill. So we can see beautiful rotations being done from Team Mastermind side. And there was a pin down from Akai, but not enough follow-up to take down God there. Although Yuzong has rotated beautifully and Alice is still on the top lane, so they have been able to neutralize that particular kill that was done on Bruno with a kill on God in the mid lane there. So yeah, this has been again beautiful rotation seen from both the sides, and they have been able to constantly engage in terms of neutralizing whatever kills have been taken. And again, Alice using the ultimate, and with a flicker, she is able to survive again with this three-man dive on her. Yeah, and this is pretty good. Slow and pretty good rotation from Wali's side as well, and he has been able to make sure that he's not being taken down and he's able to get the max out of it. However, this is a again another show of skills from YSS side, where he simply came and took in the turtle in the last moment and is able to run out of that particular situation with Gato being sacrificed. But that's a good 1v1 trade with turtle and the jungler taken out for a roamer. So that's a sacrifice that Gato will accept any day with smiling mouth. So yeah,
Ooh,
but
the Kai
but that's
stole the
again a
red
mid turret
buff.
being taken, Miles. Yeah,
As we can see on Team Mastermind side, Gatot Kacha. Oh my god. On Team Mastermind side, we see Gatot Kacha has already died 3 times and Gort has already died 2 times. Uh, I mean, it's a really good pick. It's a really good composition from Team Yamazaki side as we see a team fight starting to evoke and Akai is pinning Gort in the backlines, but there's no one to follow him, so there's no kill, and we don't see any kills going on, and we might see the Akai dying, and he goes charges back in. Uh, oh, and we and we see a lot of things going on, and we see, the Harry. Oh, two people already got taken down from Team Mastermind side, and we see Akai barely manages to escape with low HP, and we saw 3 people dying on Team Mastermind side. Uh, yeah, as I said, Team Masterminds has a really has a really scaling composition, so they're not gonna be able to have much damage in the team fights as compared to Team Yamazaki. But we'll see that power spike rise later on as we get it later into the game, around the 12 minute, no, the 10 minute mark of the match. And we're gonna see the Akai and the Yuzong trying to harass the Harith in the top lane, but Gatot Kacha gives backup to his teammate, and we're seeing them move into towards the turtle lane. So we're gonna see a team fight evoking in the turtles. Uh, the turtle has already gone from Team Yamazaki side to Team Mastermind side, with Team Masterminds getting a steal. Oh, and we see the Gord's ult on Akai, but Akai manages to escape in time with around 10% HP, and we see the Yuzong charges into the back line and kills the Yi Sun Shin, and we see the Gatot Kacha dying. Oh, this is a good play from both the teams, as we see that they're playing their own micro, they're playing their own roles.
absolutely. Both have been positioning very well. And especially, I feel here in this game, Valir has been positioning his skills very well, and he has never he's not only not been taken down, but he's able to provide enough crowd control that Alice is not literally able to move and penetrate into the back line. So beautiful positioning here being done, and certainly Bruno has also been playing exceptionally well. Again, giving credit to the micro mechanics that have been shown from both the teams here. Gatokacha has been engaging, as well as Alice has been engaging a little too much without knowing that backline hasn't scaled up yet, and without knowing that there hasn't been enough follow up from there. And Harith has not been able to rotate the way macro has been shown by Team Yamazaki. So kudos to the kind of mechanics as well as micro plays that have been shown so far from both the teams. Pretty interesting, and it's kind of commendable on those lines. You can see the again there's a lot of frontline engage done, but there's not enough follow-up damage from the backline, and they are not able to melt down anyone like they were able to melt down in the previous game. So yeah, this is a solid frontline defense as well as solid backline engage that Team Yamazaki has been shown. And I think in this particular game, Team Mastermind doesn't really have the answer on how really to penetrate into the backline or burst the front line of Team Yamazaki. And that's pretty much enough burst that has come in and not enough sustain. Because Gato has been taken down so many times, he literally doesn't have enough gold to sustain the amount of burst that Team Yamazaki is bringing in. With that, we are seeing the first Lord sprung into the action. So this is going to be another contested fight for sure, where both the teams are going to try and capture this Lord. But with Yuzong as well as his ultimate in position, the fight for YSS is going to be very tough to even reach near the Lord. So they are certainly going to try and bait out that particular ultimate, which would be the best case scenario for Team Mastermind. But Team Yamazaki knows better, and they have Akai as well as Yuzong, which is pretty strong for any neutral objectives to be taken out with the heavy spin as well as the dragon form that Yuzong brings in. So heavy spin has been baited out, as well as the dragon form has been baited out. Like I was telling, they are for sure going to try and bait out and uh, get their skills out. But again, you see, Kato has been taken down once again without much fruition, as well as Alice again. Both of them bursted down since the backline was taken completely into the turret towards the second tier turret by Yuzon alone, who was able to zone out the entire backline with Alice and Gatogata left to die alone without much damage and without much sustain in front of the burst that all the team of Team Yamazaki brings in. So perfect engage that we saw from Team Yamazaki there, and they have been able to dominate and disengage again. Harith with the burst damage, although hasn't scaled up yet, but has not been able to drive much because of the mobility as well as disengage that they have been able to successfully do out of the Harith ult. And that's the only real source of burst because God's ultimate has not been hitting the target so far. He has only been able to ult Akai, who is always able to escape with a sliver of health. And in the meantime, once God's and Harith's ultimate are wasted, the others are just sitting ducks waiting for them to die, is what I feel, Miles. That's how the match story has been so far. But what are your thoughts? What are the chances of Team Mastermind coming back into the game? Or are we going to see the third match of the series?
I see that Team Masterminds has quite gotten back their pace a bit. They literally ate that Lord. They devoured the Lord in 5 seconds or so. And but Team Masterminds, they have been taking a lot of L's in the team fights later, since since they are scaling heroes, so they're not gonna have too much damage compared to Yuzong, Leomord, and the Yuzong. Now a team fight evokes between them in the turret, and Team Yamazaki tries to go into the turret, but they're not able to execute because it's in the turret. And the Akai gets taken down, and the Team Yamazaki keeps going on, but I think that's a mistake from them as they take as Team Masterminds takes 3 of Team Yamazaki's teammates down, and now we see Team Masterminds' Yi Shin taking down all of them, and now we're gonna see a wipeout. Oh, oh my God! I'm sorry for that noise. That was that
Absolutely. That's
was
the same reaction anyone would have on that particular fight. And this is a disastrous throw that we can see, I feel, Miles. Yeah. Carry on with your thoughts. I think your thoughts are sucked in already now. My throat is sucked in already now with this kind of fight that has been shown from both the teams. I don't know what they're doing.
exactly.
Pure intent.
They were taking too much risk, like having enough courage to go into their turret and team fighting in the enemy's turret, and as a result, they soaked up too many damage from the enemy's turret that they started to lose the team fight, and as a result, they got wiped out. Uh, and they overextended a lot. As soon as they saw like 2 people dying, they should have started retreating because they were attacking them inside the turret. The Black Dragon uh, initiated a bit too early and got too excited, and as a result, they quite lost that team fight. And now we're gonna see a Lord fight evoking, and we're gonna see them. Oh, and the and the Alice goes into the backlines as she ults, but she's not gonna be able to do anything as there's not enough damage from Team Masterminds, and we're gonna see a lot of damage being soaked in from Team Yamazaki as Bruno gets a lot of damage on the enemy team, and Team Masterminds almost gets wiped with Yi Shin leaving with a 4-1 trade from on Team Mastermind's side.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is, I think, very good. The entire game has shown a single pattern that the front line has been overextending and back line has been zoned out by Yuzong. And that's something which Team Mastermind couldn't crack down. And that's the reason they will have to go down with this particular Lord as it's mostly going to be the end. But Team Yamazaki are all low and they have decided to retreat with 2 particular base turrets being taken down. So that's another GG from Team Mastermind, and they are again able to survive another day to fight for another lot. With the goal difference not being that much, there is always a chance again for both the teams to go and come back. So that's a pretty wise decision from Team Yamazaki because now they know that another wipeout means end, and that would have been a throw if they would have been caught. So pretty wise decision to go ahead and call that off, call that march off, and let Lord do the thing with 2 base turrets going down. Now they are going to have the lane pressure on mid and the top tier as well. Although the bottom tier is on the far side, so not much damage that has been done. Again, we can see here Akai has pinned down a couple of people, but the team was busy clearing the minions, so not enough damage that was there to follow through. It would be again wise for Team Yamazaki to back down here, since a lot of skills have already been used, and if they get caught again, it's going to be another disaster, since both the teams have lost their base turrets on the mid. So any particular wipeout or any particular catch that goes on here, it's a 50-50 game. Like previous game, both the teams are playing equally mind-blowing to the best of their abilities, and we really love this particular finals of Revival Cup. So guys, please do share some love, share this beautiful and interesting and intense match between the two finalists, two top tier teams that we have seen in the Revival Cup, who are facing each other and not ready to back down. Both are giving it 100% to make sure they reach the finals, quarterfinals of the Cygnus Cup, guys. So please do like, share, and subscribe the stream as much as possible. And I hope you guys are enjoying the giveaways which are going on in parallel. So make sure that you guys also
Ooh.
participate in the giveaways and try to get some diamonds out of it for all the promo events that are going on with respect to the Street Fighter in, guys. So yeah, with that, yeah, Miles, this is another intense game, not anything different where two people are trying to backdoor and three people are trying to engage, Yuzong trying to engage while others are trying to backdoor there.
Oh,
And they might be able to successfully do that at this moment. What are your thoughts, Miles?
Team
Intense.
Yamazaki almost got that back door, but they weren't able to convert that because Alice and Gord were able to clear that minion wave in time. And as we see, we lost Yuzong in the in the gank. It was a 3-on-2, so that was a pretty losing fight for Team Yamazaki. So they lost two of their teammates already before Lord, and it looks really bad for Team Yamazaki side here, as they have already lost two teammates, and now they are not going to be able to contest the Lord. And we're gonna see Bruno getting ganked, and now he's gonna be able to die. He's now gonna be able to be killed by Harith, as he's getting cornered by the Harith and the Gatot Kacha.
Yeah, yeah, this is crazy fight. Bruno should not have positioned himself that way alone in that bush between four people and getting taken out there. This was a really bad mistake from Bruno's side. And I've seen whenever Bruno has been taken down, the fight hasn't gone to the sides of Yamazaki. So that's something which he has to be very careful. He has overextended a couple of times and not positioned very well, and both the time the team has lost the game. And this is going to be a decider fight, perhaps, if Team Yamazaki is not able to take the Lord outside their base, because waves are being synced up already. Alice is already pushing on the top lane. She's going to try and make sure that that top lane turret disadvantage on the base turret is nullified with this particular Lord. All the lanes are being synced up, but yeah, they're all the team members of Team Yamazaki are alive as well. And at this point, Team Mastermind has also scaled up. So Yuzong's effect of early game now is going to fade down a little bit, and this is going to be opposite of what we saw in the first game, where Carry scaled up and made sure a lot of damage is done. In this particular game, Alice would have scaled up, Gato would have scaled up
Ooh,
with
no
defense.
one's defending the base. And now
Oh
they're gonna
my
lose
god!
the
Oh my
base.
god!
The Team Masterminds is gonna get the base, and now we're gonna see. And now we're
Oh
gonna see the end of the series on Team Mastermind side with 2-0 to Team Yamazaki. We're gonna see the win to Team Masterminds, with the spot in Cygnus Cup round of 8 going to Team Mastermind side. Honestly, that was a really fairly matched game, but uh, there was some small mistakes coming from Team Yamazaki side, as we saw, and at the end they forgot to defend their own base. So as a result, they ultimately lost their base, and they lost the match, and they lost the series. But in my opinion, it was a really fairly match. They were trading a lot of blows, and they were trading a lot of kills. Uh, they, yeah. Despite losing, Team Yamazaki really put up a good fight against Team Masterminds, and we are looking forward to see them in the future tournaments. We hope that they prosper in, like, in future tournaments. We hope that they do good in their future. But we see that the Masterminds have taken the series. So for now, we're going to see the Masterminds playing in the Cygnus Cup once again, playing against other teams for a bigger prize. Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. Couldn't have expected a better final. So kudos to both the teams who have given it their everything make sure that their hopes for Cygnus Cup come alive. But nonetheless, guys, we are soon coming up with another big tournament, and we will also in future keep coming up with a lot of big tournaments. So keep watching the space in BattleOn.in, as well as we are now on Play Store. So make sure to download so that you get notified about all the latest events and tournaments across games, which are we are also coming up with BGMI, guys, pretty soon. So if you are busy BGMI enthusiast, please do make sure you have your profiles checked in and verified, as well as the notifications turned on, so that you are not missing any tournament that are going to come up on BattleOn, guys. With that and this intense fight, I would really appreciate my co-caster here, Miles, as well as the entire streaming team, as well as all the participants and all the lovely people who have been part of this particular stream and helped us keeping Battle on alive, as well as motivating the teams to go ahead and do even better in their future tournaments, guys. So thank you all for joining. With that, I would like to hear Miles with his closing comments, and we would take your leave, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, it's the end of the journey here in Cygnus Cup for Team Yamazaki, but it's a continuing in the journey for Team Masterminds. So let us let as we see from the gameplay today, I hope we can already determine like which team will be playing very good in the Cygnus Cup and who will be reaching the finals in the Cygnus Cup. Let's hope that they go further in Cygnus Cup. We hope the Masterminds very well in their Cygnus Cup journey, and that's all I have to say. Have a good night to everyone.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Miles. Have a good night, guys.